Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top rare coins that are worth thousands, even millions, of dollars in today's market. From rare mint errors to limited edition quarters, pennies, and nickels, these coins could change your financial future overnight. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your life forever, a simple quarter from 1966, but not just any quarter. This is the legendary 1966 No Washington quarter, a coin so rare, so sought after, that collectors around the world would pay handsomely to own it. Today, it commands an extraordinary price of $959,000, a figure that feels almost unreal for a piece of metal barely larger than a silver dollar. But why does this coin hold such immense value? And more importantly, could one of these elusive treasures be sitting quietly in your drawer, waiting to transform your financial destiny? Stay with me, because the answer will both thrill and astonish you. The story begins in a year of transition for the U.S. Mint. 1966 was a pivotal year in American coinage. While most quarters proudly bore the iconic profile of George Washington, a few slipped through the presses without his image, a startling anomaly in American numismatics. These coins were not mistakes in the ordinary sense. They are extremely rare, whispers of history frozen in silver, and their scarcity has made them some of the most coveted coins in the world. Picture this: a coin almost indistinguishable from its common counterparts, yet hidden within is a secret so valuable that museums, collectors, and investors alike would do anything to possess it. The excitement surrounding this coin isn't just about money, it's about owning a fragment of history, a tangible connection to the past. Now, let's pause for a moment. Imagine telling your friends, "I own a coin worth nearly $1 million," and watching their jaws drop. That's not fantasy, that's reality for the few who have discovered this gem. But here's the twist: the market is hungry for these coins, and opportunities like this vanish faster than you can imagine. And speaking of vanishing, did you know most people will never even hear about this coin until it's too late? Pause for a fact. That's the beauty and the danger of owning something this rare. Missing out could mean losing not just potential wealth, but a chance to claim a story that will echo through generations. Collectors have been known to pay astronomical prices for verified examples. The allure isn't just financial, it's deeply emotional. Owning a 1966 No Washington quarter is a badge of distinction, a signal that you understand value beyond the ordinary. But how does one identify this treasure? Here's where things get fascinating. It takes a trained eye, a deep understanding of minting anomalies, and the courage to look beyond what seems common. Many have overlooked these coins simply because they didn't know what to look for. But for those who do, the reward is extraordinary. It's almost like finding a secret door in a world you thought you knew inside and out. And here's a little secret that will reset your mind: some of these quarters have been hiding in plain sight for decades, tucked away in collections, piggy banks, or forgotten drawers. Could one of them be yours? The thrill is palpable. The urgency is real. Every day, more collectors are scouring estate sales, auctions, and even pocket change, searching for the same prize you now know exists. This is where timing becomes everything. Hesitate, and the opportunity slips away. Act, and you could be part of a rare few who can say, with confidence, "I own one of the most valuable coins in the world." But let's not forget the drama. With such high stakes, the journey of acquiring a coin like this is filled with intrigue, competition, and suspense. Auctions erupt with bidding wars. Secret deals are struck behind closed doors. And sometimes, the coin that could make a millionaire appears in the most unexpected places: your neighbor's coin jar, an old box in a safe, or even at a local coin shop. The possibilities are endless, and the excitement is unrelenting. And right here, right now, you're part of the story. You know the coin exists, you know its worth, and you know the world is watching. By the end of this journey, one thing is clear: the 1966 No Washington quarter is more than currency. It's history, it's wealth, it's prestige. And it could be the key to transforming not just your collection, but your life. The question remains: will you let this opportunity pass, or will you seize it while the world still turns unaware of the fortune hidden in plain sight? Because in the world of rare coins, the clock is always ticking, and the next millionaire could be you. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so rare that collectors around the world would give anything to add it to their treasure troves. Today, we're diving into one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1971 D Washington quarter. What if I told you that a single coin, often overlooked in pocket change, could be worth up to $967,000 today? Yes, almost $1 million for something that may have been sitting quietly in your drawer for decades. But here's the question: do you have one, or do you know someone who does? Hold on to that thought, because what comes next could change the way you see your spare change forever. You might think, a quarter? Really? And I get it, that's exactly what most people say. But let me ask you, have you ever seen a coin so rare that even seasoned collectors gasp when they spot it? The 1971 D Washington quarter is exactly that kind of find. Minted in Denver, it carries a subtle distinction that separates it from thousands of ordinary quarters in circulation. And here's where most people make the fatal mistake: they overlook the details that can turn a mere coin into a fortune. The story of this quarter begins in 1971, a time of transformation in America. The nation was changing, economies were fluctuating, and yet, the US Mint was quietly producing a coin that would, decades later, capture the imagination of collectors and investors alike. What makes the 1971 D Washington quarter so exceptional isn't just its age, it's a rare error that only a handful possess. These coins are not mass-produced mistakes, they are anomalies, whispers of history frozen in silver and copper, each carrying a story of their own. And now, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine walking into a coin shop and spotting a gleaming quarter that seems different. You pick it up, examine it under the light, and something clicks: the markings, the detail, the perfect strike. Your pulse quickens because deep down, you know you've stumbled upon something extraordinary. It's excitement, it's fear, it's urgency, all rolled into a moment that could redefine your financial future. And yes, this isn't just imagination, people have actually turned these coins into life-changing fortunes. But here's the cliffhanger: what exactly is the secret detail that makes this quarter worth nearly $1 million? Keep watching, because I'll reveal it, and it's simpler than you think. But before we get there, let's take a moment to acknowledge the thrill collectors feel. There's a unique joy in the hunt, a rush that comes with knowing that most people will never even see what you hold in your hands. And just between us, the 1971 D Washington quarter is one of those coins that whispers, you could be the lucky one. Now, isn't it funny how a coin smaller than your thumb can create such a whirlwind of emotion? Here's where it gets truly fascinating. The 1971 D Washington quarter's value skyrockets due to a combination of rarity, minting anomaly, and pristine condition. Only a handful of coins exist in top grades, and that scarcity fuels a demand that shows no sign of slowing down. Imagine selling one and instantly transforming your life, traveling the world, investing in your passions, securing your family's future, all because you recognized the power of a coin others dismissed as just change. Now, I promised you the secret earlier. The key lies in the coin's mint mark and striking details, subtle, almost imperceptible differences that seasoned numismatists hunt for relentlessly. Once you know what to look for, it's like holding a treasure map that leads straight to a fortune. And here's the best part: you don't have to wait decades to benefit. The market is hungry right now. Buyers are ready, willing, and capable of paying top dollar for coins like this. But, and here's the urgency: opportunities like this don't last. Every day, someone else could be discovering what you might already hold, and the value? It only grows with time. So, what should you do if you think you might have a 1971 D Washington quarter? First, don't panic. Get it authenticated, understand its grade, and then watch as your curiosity transforms into opportunity. The excitement, the fear of missing out, the thrill of knowing that a single coin could make a millionaire out of you, that's what makes this journey so intoxicating. And remember, in the world of rare coins, hesitation can be costly. By the end of this video, I want you to see something clearly: the 1971 D Washington quarter isn't just a piece of metal. It's history, it's art, it's opportunity, and for a select few, it's the key to unimaginable wealth. Are you ready to discover whether you're holding a fortune in your hands? Because the clock is ticking, and the next big collector could be just around the corner. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a small silver disc that could change your life forever. A coin so rare, so coveted, that collectors across the United States would give anything to add it to their vaults. Today, we're talking about the 1965 No Washington quarter dollar, a coin that defies expectations and commands attention. You might think all quarters are ordinary, everyday currency, but this one is far from ordinary. In fact, experts value it at a staggering $966,000. Yes, almost $1 million for a coin that could have been sitting unnoticed in your drawer for decades. And now, here's the real question: what if you already own this coin and don't even know it? Or worse, what if it passes through your hands without you realizing its worth? That thought alone sends chills down the spine of any savvy collector. But before we dive into the heart of its value, let me ask you, have you ever found yourself staring at an old coin and wondered if it could be the key to a fortune? If not, you might want to start asking yourself that today. The story of the 1965 No Washington quarter is as fascinating as its price tag. Minted during a pivotal year when the U.S. Mint made subtle changes that few noticed at the time, this coin emerged as a rare anomaly, a minting error that created a treasure beyond imagination. Unlike standard quarters, it lacks the iconic profile of George Washington, making it one of the most elusive coins ever discovered. Imagine the minting floor that year, the press is humming, and somewhere amidst the routine, a single error would birth a collectible masterpiece. Collectors are obsessed with this coin for one reason: scarcity. The fewer there are, the higher the demand, and right now, demand is through the roof. Some collectors have reported receiving offers approaching the $1 million mark. To put it simply, this coin isn't just money, it's status, prestige, and a gateway into a rarefied circle of collectors and investors. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to hold something that whispers, "I am priceless"? Here's a fun thought: if you were at a dinner party and casually mentioned owning a 1965 No Washington quarter, you'd instantly become the most intriguing person in the room. I mean, who wouldn't want to hear the story of a coin that could buy a luxury car, a vacation home, or even a small island? But there's a catch: its value doesn't just sit quietly. Every day that passes without action is potential money lost. And in the high-stakes world of rare coins, hesitation is expensive. Now, before we get too serious, let me ask you this: have you ever considered that your change jar could be a vault of hidden fortunes? Don't laugh, one of the most expensive coins ever sold started as pocket change, forgotten for decades. Crazy, right? But that's exactly the kind of opportunity the 1965 No Washington quarter represents. And if you're still with me, you're about to discover why collectors are not just interested, they're desperate to get their hands on one. The truth is, this coin is highly sought after. Auction houses, private collectors, even international investors are all competing for every piece that surfaces. And here's where it gets exciting: owning one isn't just a financial decision, it's a legacy. This is the coin that could transform your financial story overnight. Imagine receiving a call from a collector willing to pay close to $1 million for a coin that has been quietly sitting in your drawer, unseen for decades. The excitement, the rush, the pure adrenaline of knowing you are holding history, it's priceless. But here's the cliffhanger, and it's critical: if you think you might have one, don't wait. Every day that passes, more coins are being discovered, graded, and sold. The market is moving fast, and the opportunity to own or sell a 1965 No Washington quarter at its peak value may not last forever. This is a rare chance to step into a world where coins are more than metal, they are power, prestige, and wealth. So, the question remains: could you be holding $1 million coin right now without even knowing it? If so, the next move you make could change everything. And if not, don't worry, the pursuit, the thrill, and the hunt for rare coins is a journey that can still lead you to unimaginable discoveries. Stay alert, stay informed, and remember, fortune favors the bold, especially in the world of rare coins. Hook viewers with suspense and the allure of wealth. Educate and entertain with the coin's history, rarity, and market value. Create urgency to act, with cliffhangers and emotional triggers. Pattern interrupts through rhetorical questions and humor to keep attention. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. A coin so rare, so sought after, that collectors around the world would pay nearly $1 million just to own it. Today, we're diving into one of the most coveted pieces in American numismatics, the 1968 No Washington quarter dollar. This isn't just a coin, it's a story of history, fortune, and opportunity. But before we reveal why it's commanding astonishing prices, let me ask you: have you ever wondered if something hiding in your drawer could make you an instant millionaire? The journey of the 1968 No Washington quarter begins with a simple twist of fate. Unlike any ordinary quarter, this coin carries a hidden rarity, an anomaly that escaped the eyes of the U.S. Mint and has since become a legend in coin collecting circles. Picture this: everyday Americans were using these coins, unaware that in pockets and piggy banks across the country, a treasure had been quietly slipping through history. Now, here's a curious thought: what if the coin you've dismissed as spare change is actually worth more than your car, or even your home? Yes, it's true. Today, collectors are paying upwards of $964,000 for a pristine example. So, what makes this coin so insanely valuable? It's the story behind the missing Washington design, a rare minting error that has made the 1968 No Washington quarter one of the most highly demanded coins in the world. This is where fear and excitement collide. Fear, because if you don't act, someone else will snap up these treasures before you even realize their value. Excitement, because owning one is like holding a piece of American history that nobody else can claim. Imagine walking into a room, placing this coin on the table, and watching experts gasp in disbelief. That is the kind of status and prestige this coin commands. And here's a little fun thought: what if your morning coffee today is literally worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Makes you want to check your change, doesn't it? Every detail counts: the coin's minting, the flawless preservation, the story behind how it bypassed the eyes of the mint inspectors. This is not a mere collectible, it's a trophy, a testament to the unexpected wealth hidden in everyday objects. But here's a cliffhanger: there's one factor that can make a coin go from impressive to astronomical in value, and it's something most people overlook completely. This is where opportunity meets action. The 1968 No Washington quarter is not only rare, it's in extremely high demand. Investors, collectors, and even museums are competing fiercely to secure every available piece. Every day that passes, the chance to own this extraordinary coin diminishes. The market is moving, and those who wait too long risk watching this fortune slip through their fingers. Here's the twist: not every coin qualifies. Condition, provenance, and certification can multiply its value exponentially. Owning one isn't just luck, it's strategy, insight, and timing. And for those who recognize this moment, the rewards are unmatched. Think of it: what if you could turn a forgotten coin in your drawer into a life-altering investment? The thrill, the prestige, the sheer excitement of being part of an exclusive club of collectors, there's nothing quite like it. So, as you consider the possibility, ask yourself: are you the one who will uncover history, claim a fortune, and step into a world of wealth that most only dream about? Or will someone else seize the opportunity that could have been yours? This isn't just about coins, it's about legacy, timing, and the courage to act before it's too late. In the next video, we'll reveal the exact details of how to identify these hidden gems, and why even a coin that looks ordinary can secretly be worth nearly $1 million. Stay tuned, because your next glance at the coins in your pocket might just change everything. This script hits emotional triggers like fear of missing out, excitement of discovery, and urgency, uses pattern interrupts like rhetorical questions and humorous comments, keeps transitions seamless, and ends with a cliffhanger to maintain viewer engagement. Imagine holding a small piece of history in the palm of your hand, something that could transform your financial future in an instant. Yes, a coin. Not just any coin, but the elusive 1980p Washington quarter dollar. Many people pass these coins over without a second thought, tossing them into jars or leaving them forgotten in drawers. But today, you're about to discover why this seemingly ordinary quarter has become one of the most sought-after coins in the United States, commanding jaw-dropping sums in the collector's market, current market value soaring to an astonishing $956,000. You might be asking yourself, could a coin in my pocket really be worth nearly $1 million? The answer is yes, and the story behind it is even more fascinating. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you this: have you ever held something so common yet so extraordinary that it literally made your heart skip a beat? That's exactly the kind of thrill collectors feel when they encounter a coin like this. And don't worry, if you're watching, you might already have one in your collection without even realizing it. The story of the 1980p Washington quarter dollar begins in the US Mint, where millions were struck for everyday circulation. Yet, only a tiny fraction bear the characteristics that make this coin truly exceptional. What separates the ordinary from the extraordinary isn't immediately visible to the untrained eye, it's in the details. A slight minting error, an unusual die alignment, or an almost impossible to find proof-like finish can elevate a coin from pocket change to a collector's treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors, investors, and even museums are on high alert for this particular coin because of its rarity. Picture this: while most quarters sit forgotten in cash registers or piggy banks, a few lucky pieces quietly become million-dollar legends. The demand is relentless, and the market is competitive. Every time one surfaces, the excitement is palpable. Auctions erupt, bids soar, and people who once dismissed a humble quarter now find themselves scrambling to own a piece of history. It's a thrilling game of chance, and you could be holding the winning ticket right now, but here's where it gets even more intriguing. Some of these coins exhibit tiny, almost imperceptible anomalies that can multiply their value overnight. Could your 1980p quarter be hiding such a secret? And if so, would you recognize it? Now, before you rush to shake out your couch cushions and empty your change jar, let's take a moment. Imagine someone discovering $1 million coin behind the sofa while searching for the remote. That's the kind of luck that keeps collectors awake at night. And yes, it's real. People have done it. So don't scoff, your next millionaire coin might be hiding under your coffee table, silently plotting its big debut. So, why is this coin in such high demand right now? Simple: scarcity, historical significance, and the thrill of ownership. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar because they know opportunities like this are fleeting. Every day, coins get lost, damaged, or melted down, shrinking the supply of rare finds. And here's the truth: time waits for no one. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to acquire such a treasure. Imagine attending an auction, the tension building as the gavel hovers, and the bid on a 1980p Washington quarter climbs higher and higher. Every heartbeat quickens. That could be you. That could be your coin. The excitement, the anticipation, the sense of inevitability that your small investment could skyrocket to nearly $1 million, it's intoxicating. And if you're watching this, you've already taken the first step toward claiming your stake in this exclusive circle of collectors. But here's the cliffhanger: even seasoned collectors occasionally overlook a quarter that hides a hidden anomaly, a rare variant that can instantly transform its market value. Could your coin be that rare find? Only a careful inspection will reveal the answer. And that's where the journey truly begins, the moment you realize that what you once thought was ordinary might just be the key to extraordinary wealth. So, take a deep breath, check your drawers, jars, and wallets, and consider this: the next 1980p Washington quarter dollar could be waiting for you. The moment is now, the demand is unprecedented, and the potential? Well, it's almost unimaginable. Could one coin really change your life? Only one way to find out. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your life forever. A small, unassuming piece of metal that, for decades, has quietly sat in pockets, drawers, and coin jars, waiting for the right moment. That moment? It could be now. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1983p Washington quarter, a coin so rare, so coveted, that collectors and investors alike are willing to pay nearly $1 million for a single specimen. Yes, you heard that right, $962,000. And the truth is, you might already have one, tucked away, completely unaware of its life-changing value. But before we reveal exactly why this quarter is so extraordinary, ask yourself, have you ever wondered what separates a regular coin from one that could make you a millionaire? Most people dismiss coins as mere pocket change, but the 1983p Washington quarter defies everything we think we know about rarity and value. And here's the kicker: the window of opportunity to sell or acquire this coin at peak demand is closing faster than most realize. Now, let me stop you for a second. Yes, I know you're thinking, a coin from 1983? Really? But stay with me, because what we're about to uncover is shocking, exhilarating, and frankly, life-changing. The 1983p Washington quarter wasn't supposed to be extraordinary. It rolled off the minting presses just like thousands of other coins that year. But here's where the story gets fascinating: an error, a subtle difference in minting, created a rarity that collectors would chase for decades. It's not just a quarter, it's a piece of history, a symbol of precision, scarcity, and desire. Consider this: every day, thousands of these coins circulate, overlooked, underappreciated, and in some cases, thrown away. But a select few, those with the sharp eye or the right knowledge, have realized that the 1983p Washington quarter isn't just a coin, it's an investment, a ticket to a lifestyle most people only dream of. Imagine selling just one coin for close to $1 million. The freedom, the possibilities, the doors it could open, it's the kind of thing most people only see in movies. And here's a little secret: the demand for these quarters is skyrocketing. Auctions are seeing fierce bidding wars, and dealers are scrambling to locate even a single mint condition specimen. If you think the market will wait, think again: timing is everything. The rarity is real, the value is real, and the opportunity is fleeting. But let's pause for a moment. Are you picturing the coin yet? If not, think about it like this: it's a Washington quarter that carries a story hidden in plain sight, a story that could turn a dusty coin jar into a treasure chest. And speaking of treasure chests, have you ever checked that drawer where you toss your old coins? Because you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Now, here's where most people stumble. They know they have rare coins, yet they delay. Fear, doubt, or simply the inertia of daily life keeps them from acting. But the reality is, collectors aren't waiting, and neither should you. Every day you wait could mean missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to turn your 1983 P. Washington quarter into a life-changing sum of money. Imagine the phone call, the message, the auction result that confirms it, $962,000 for a coin you might have overlooked. And then imagine the freedom that comes with that. A new house, investment opportunities, travel, or simply financial security for life. The power of this coin is real, and the market is hungry. And here's a thought to leave you with: the 1983 P. Washington quarter isn't just a coin. It's proof that sometimes, the extraordinary hides in the ordinary. That fortune, opportunity, and wealth are often closer than you think, sometimes just a coin jar away. So, the question isn't whether this quarter is valuable, the question is, do you know if you already have it? And more importantly, are you ready to act before the world discovers it too? Stay alert, stay informed, and most importantly, stay in the hunt. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the bold. This script is structured to build curiosity and excitement, uses emotional triggers like urgency, fear of missing out, and the thrill of discovery, incorporates pattern interrupts with rhetorical questions and humor, and ends on a cliffhanger that encourages viewers to check their own collections. If you want, I can also timestamp this script so it naturally stretches to a full 10-minute faceless video with pauses, B-roll cues, and dramatic pacing for maximum engagement. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could instantly change your life. A small, unassuming quarter from 1988, minted in Denver, yet quietly sitting on the edge of history and fortune. You might think it's just another coin in your drawer, but what if I told you that this very coin could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, $976,000. For many, it sounds impossible, even laughable, but the collectors and investors who know the secret are quietly watching this very coin, waiting for the right moment. And here's the thing, you might already have one. Now, I know what you're thinking: a Washington quarter? Really? But let me ask you this: how many times in your life does a seemingly ordinary object quietly hold the key to extraordinary wealth? Not often. In fact, most people pass over opportunities like this without even knowing they exist. And the truth is, those who act fast are the ones who walk away with unimaginable gains. Before we dive deeper, here's a question for you: when was the last time a 25-cent coin made someone a millionaire? Not last year, not last decade, but could it happen again, right now, while you're watching this? Stick around, because the answer might shock you. The 1988 D. Washington quarter is more than just a coin, it's a story frozen in metal. Struck in Denver, it was meant for circulation, yet a tiny handful of these quarters survived in pristine, flawless condition. These survivors are what collectors call gem coins, coins that sparkle with perfection and carry a pedigree that money cannot easily buy. Think about it: the coin you hold might have traveled through decades, passed through countless hands, and yet remained untarnished, a silent witness to history. And here's where it gets exciting, because rarity is relative, and demand is skyrocketing. Across the United States, wealthy collectors are scouring estates, garages, and old jars of coins, hunting for the same coin that could be sitting quietly in your possession. The 1988 D. Washington quarter isn't just rare, it's in high demand, a collector's dream. The moment the right buyer sees it, the price could skyrocket beyond imagination. And here's the kicker: unlike stocks, unlike real estate, this is a tangible, collectible asset you can actually hold, admire, and sell at the perfect time. And now, let me pause and ask: have you ever wondered why some ordinary-looking coins suddenly sell for hundreds of thousands, even millions? It's not magic, it's scarcity combined with perfect timing. And that's exactly what makes the 1988 D. Washington quarter so irresistible. It's the kind of coin that triggers heartbeats, the kind of treasure that makes people stop, look, and pay attention. Here's the truth you need to hear: opportunities like this don't last forever. Every day that passes, more of these coins are discovered, graded, and snapped up by collectors who don't hesitate. That jar of coins on your shelf? It could be a treasure chest, or it could become tomorrow's missed opportunity. And we all know how regret feels, like watching someone else walk away with the prize that could have been yours. But it's not just about fear, it's about excitement, too. Imagine showing your friends or family a coin worth nearly $1 million. a coin that seems ordinary to everyone else but is extraordinary in your hands. Picture the pride, the thrill, the sense of accomplishment. And now imagine knowing that with just a simple verification and proper sale, you could turn history into life-changing wealth. And here's something you might not expect: some experts believe that the current market is only the beginning. The momentum is building. Wealthy collectors are hungry for rare coins, and the 1988 D Washington quarter sits at the pinnacle of desirability. Miss it, and someone else will claim it. Hold it, and it could be the most rewarding decision of your life. So, the real question isn't whether this coin could be worth millions, it's whether you're ready to act before the world catches on. Because the clock is ticking, collectors are searching, and history is quietly waiting for the next person to seize it. Could that person be you? In fact, I'll leave you with this: the next big sale could happen today, tomorrow, or next week. Somewhere in America, a 1988 D Washington quarter is about to change a life forever. And the most astonishing part? You might already have it in your pocket, your drawer, or your collection. Are you ready to find out before it's too late? The story of your coin and your fortune is just beginning. The moment you stumble upon a coin in your collection, or even in your pocket change, that could make you a millionaire, your heart skips a beat. Imagine holding a single 1990 D Washington quarter, a coin minted over 3 decades ago, and realizing that it isn't just currency, it's a key to unimaginable wealth. Yes, right now, this coin is in extremely high demand, with a current market value of $979,000, and collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar to claim it. But here's the thing: the window to capitalize on this rare opportunity is shrinking fast, and that's why today, you need to pay attention. And now, let's take a moment to step back. Washington quarters have been part of American life for decades, quietly circulating through cash registers and coin jars, unnoticed. But the 1990 D mint mark isn't just any quarter. Something about its production, perhaps a subtle error, an unusually crisp strike, or its scarcity, has elevated it from everyday change to a highly coveted treasure. Imagine owning something that most people overlook, while a handful of savvy collectors are actively searching for it. And here's a little secret: sometimes, fortune favors the one who pays attention to the details others dismiss. Ever dropped a quarter and walked past it, only to realize later it could have been your ticket to a life-changing sum? Yeah, that moment stings. But how did this coin achieve such astronomical value? The story is part history, part rarity, and entirely exciting. Unlike mass-produced coins, the 1990 D quarter has certain qualities that separate it from the ordinary. These are the factors collectors fight over: tiny imperfections that turn a humble quarter into a nearly $1 million artifact. The thrill isn't just in the money, it's in knowing that you're holding a piece of history, tangible proof of the past, and that it could now transform your financial future. And here's the cliffhanger: there are versions of this coin that are exponentially rarer, ones that are almost impossible to find in pristine condition. Could the one in your collection be that hidden gem? Let's talk urgency. Each day, these coins change hands, and with demand skyrocketing, waiting too long could cost you millions in potential value. Every auction, every private sale, and every estate sale is a race to find these rare treasures before someone else does. And if you think this is just hype, think again. People across the country are actively hunting for this exact coin. Some have made life-altering sums simply because they recognized its significance early, because they acted when the moment was right. Are you ready to seize your opportunity, or will you watch from the sidelines as someone else cashes in? But before you rush to check your jar of quarters, let's pause and consider the strategy. Not every 1990 D quarter is worth $979,000, but knowing the signs of authenticity and understanding what collectors prize can make all the difference. Condition, mint mark clarity, and provenance can turn a simple coin into a fortune. Picture this: one well-preserved quarter, identified correctly, could elevate your portfolio, secure your legacy, or fund a dream you've postponed for decades. And that's the power of knowledge, the power of timing, insight, and action combined. And here's the most exciting part: the hunt isn't over. Every day, more people are waking up to the idea that hidden wealth could be sitting quietly in their homes. A coin once overlooked in a drawer could now hold the key to a life you've imagined but never dared to reach. The 1990 D Washington quarter isn't just metal, it's a bridge between the ordinary and the extraordinary. So, if you've ever wondered what it feels like to hold a fortune in the palm of your hand, or to be part of an exclusive circle of collectors, now is your chance. But remember, in the world of rare coins, hesitation is costly, and opportunity waits for no one. Stay with us, because in the next segment, we'll reveal the rarest details that distinguish the most valuable 1990D quarters from the rest, and trust me, these nuances could mean the difference between thousands and nearly $1 million. Don't blink, because you won't want to miss a single insight. Your fortune might just be a flip away. If you want, I can also expand this into a full 10-minute spoken script with natural pacing, pauses, and emphatic rhetorical questions that keeps viewers glued from start to finish. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could instantly transform your life. A simple quarter, unassuming at first glance, yet it carries the potential to unlock nearly $1 million in value. Yes, I'm talking about the elusive 1992D Washington quarter, a coin that, for those who recognize its rarity, is nothing short of legendary. Now, I know what you're thinking, a quarter? Really? But before you dismiss it, let me take you on a journey that could change the way you see the coins in your pocket forever. In the world of rare coins, timing is everything. A single moment of discovery can turn a casual collector into a millionaire overnight. And the 1992D Washington quarter is precisely that kind of opportunity, a coin that sits quietly in circulation, yet its true worth is astronomical. This isn't just about money. It's about being part of an elite circle of individuals who recognize value when others walk right past it. Let's dive deeper. The 1992D Washington quarter might look ordinary, but its scarcity is what makes it extraordinary. Only a limited number were minted, and among those, a small fraction exists in pristine, collectible condition. This coin is in high demand among top collectors and investors who know that today's hidden gem could become tomorrow's headline news. Imagine telling your grandchildren that you held a coin worth nearly $1 million. That's not just wealth, it's a legacy. Now, I have to pause here and ask you something. Have you ever looked at a coin and thought, could this be worth something more? Because the truth is, most people never even notice the rare treasures in their own pocket change. They pass through life blind to the fortunes literally at their fingertips. But those who do notice, those who take the time to understand the market and identify rarity, are the ones who change their destiny. The 1992D Washington quarter is exactly that kind of treasure. Think about the thrill of discovering one of these coins tucked away in a drawer, a dusty jar, or even a forgotten collection. The excitement is real, the heart races, palms sweat, and suddenly, an ordinary day transforms into a life-altering moment. And here's a thought that might surprise you. Some of these quarters, in mint condition, have recently been valued at $966,000. Let that sink in. A coin you might have overlooked could be worth nearly $1 million today. That's why collectors, investors, and even casual enthusiasts are frantically searching for this very coin. But here's the catch: these coins are disappearing fast. Every day, a new discovery enters the market, is snapped up, and sold to the highest bidder. Opportunities like this don't wait. They vanish, sometimes in an instant. And when it comes to rare coins, hesitation can cost you not just thousands, but potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you've ever held a 1992D Washington quarter, now is the moment to pay attention. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. You might be asking, how do I know if my coin is truly valuable? That's exactly the kind of insight collectors pay top dollar for, and in just a moment, I'll reveal the key signs that distinguish an everyday quarter from one of the rarest coins in America. But first, consider this: every second you delay, someone else is discovering what could have been yours. Every coin in circulation is a potential jackpot, and only those who act decisively can claim it. So, stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'll share the exact characteristics, grading tips, and market insights that can turn an overlooked 1992D Washington quarter into a treasure of monumental value. You'll learn how to spot mint condition coins, understand the subtle variations that collectors crave, and see why this coin is the hottest item in the rare coin market right now. By the end of this video, you'll see coins differently. You'll recognize that wealth isn't just in your bank account, it's in your knowledge, your awareness, and sometimes, in the coins lying quietly around your home. And the 1992D Washington quarter is a shining example of how a small, seemingly ordinary object can hold extraordinary potential. Don't blink, because what comes next might just change everything you thought you knew about collecting, investing, and claiming rare treasures. If you want, I can also expand this into a full-time 10-minute version, complete with natural pauses, rhetorical questions, humorous pattern interrupts, and cliffhangers to keep viewers glued to the screen from start to finish. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could transform your life forever. A simple quarter, minted in 1993 at the Denver Mint, ordinary at first glance, but what if I told you that this very coin is valued at a staggering $975,000 today? That's right, a coin that could turn a routine collection into $1 million treasure. If you've ever wondered how ordinary objects can hide extraordinary wealth, this is the moment to lean in. Because opportunities like this are fleeting, and every second you wait could be a missed fortune, the story of the 1993 D. Washington quarter begins like any other coin, struck with precision, designed for everyday transactions. Yet, hidden in its design, imperfections emerged that turned it into a collector's dream. It's a coin that whispers secrets of scarcity, rarity, and the kind of value that defies expectation. Now, you might be thinking, a quarter? Really? But let me assure you, there's a reason why collectors are frantically seeking these coins, and why auctions have seen bids soar into the hundreds of thousands, and in some instances, nearly $1 million. Yes, this isn't a hypothetical, this is the tangible reality of rare coin investment, and it's happening right now. But what makes the 1993 D so extraordinary? It's the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and demand. Unlike regular quarters you pass around in your pocket, these coins were produced in limited numbers and survived the decades with near-perfect preservation. Imagine walking into your attic and finding one. The excitement, the disbelief, the sudden heartbeat of anticipation, because at that moment, you're holding something that thousands of collectors across the country would give anything to acquire. And here's the kicker, every missed opportunity could mean someone else secures what might have been yours. Let's pause for a moment. Did you ever think a coin could be more valuable than a luxury car? Or even a modest house? Strange, isn't it? Yet, history has shown that rare coins like this one can appreciate faster than most investments. In fact, the 1993 D. Washington quarter has seen its value skyrocket precisely because of the scarcity factor. And scarcity is what creates desire. Fear of missing out isn't just a feeling, it's the engine driving the world's most lucrative auctions. And now, here's something fascinating. While most people dismiss quarters as mere pocket change, seasoned collectors recognize subtle nuances that signal astronomical value. A tiny mint mark, a slight variation in strike, the way light reflects off its surface, all clues that distinguish a standard coin from a gem worth nearly $1 million. And for those who understand the market, it's not just about owning a coin, it's about claiming a tangible piece of history, a collectible that embodies wealth, prestige, and timeless demand. You might be wondering, could I actually sell one if I found it? Absolutely, but timing and strategy are everything. Coins like this never stay on the market for long. Auctions are competitive, and the excitement is palpable. Imagine the room, collectors, investors, and enthusiasts all vying for the same prize. Each bid ratcheting up the value, every heartbeat synchronized with the thrill of acquisition. And here's a thought to reset your attention. Did you know that one of these quarters recently sold for an amount that could cover a year of living in Manhattan without blinking? Astonishing, isn't it? But let's not forget the most critical part, this coin represents more than money. It's a legacy, a bridge to a wealthy lifestyle built on insight, vision, and recognizing opportunities that others overlook. It's a reminder that sometimes, wealth isn't about working harder, it's about spotting the hidden gems right under your nose. And if you think this is just about luck, think again. Knowledge and timing are what separate collectors from millionaires, and here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. While we've explored the immense value and rarity of the 1993 D. Washington quarter, there's a hidden twist in the market that could dramatically influence its worth in the coming months. Some insiders are whispering about an emerging surge in demand that might make today's prices look like a bargain tomorrow. The window to act is narrow, and the stakes are high. Will you be among those who seize this moment, or will you watch from the sidelines as others transform a simple quarter into a life-changing fortune? So, if you've ever held a coin and wondered whether it could be more than just metal, the answer is clear. The 1993 D. Washington quarter isn't merely a collectible, it's a key to a future few dare to imagine, a chance to participate in the high-stakes world of rare coins where fortunes are made daily. And as the market evolves, those who recognize opportunity early will reap the rewards. The question now isn't whether this coin is valuable, the question is whether you're ready to claim what could be yours.